The bull market is back. Just kidding. Bitcoin's price is back. We might have an answer to why the hell Bitcoin saw a $10,000 wick-to-wick candle yesterday. We're going to reveal who the hell sold the BTC, thanks to one of our community members who posted it on our Twitter. Also, BlackRock is, as long, they've gone all in on the ETF, but they're going all in there on the ETF, if that's even a word. Listen to what they're going to be doing with their ETF. Also, a state is looking to move funds into Bitcoin via the ETF. Such bullish news. Also, Robinhood lists a meme coin that's been on a massive tear. Does that mean we should see another 400% pump from this Solana meme coin? We're going to talk about that and much more on today's live show. Let's go.
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we're the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel. We take the old, boring, stale information, repackage that whole thing up in a fun and sexy way. What a time to be in crypto. What a time to be holding Bitcoin. And what a time to laugh in the face of all of those that talk crap about you when the price of Bitcoin dropped and the price of crypto dropped. All right? We back, baby.
Who's laughing at?
Not only.
Give me their names. Give me their addresses. I'm going to.
How many people had snarky ass remarks when FTX blew up?
They had him yesterday, too.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Got a text from someone. Not going to name names here, but they know who they are.
I went to a restaurant last night, and
I heard you were celebrating an anniversary.
No.
Okay.
Of course, I knew somebody that worked there, and me and the homie went. And,
you and the homie.
Yeah, me and the homie went. An actual dude homie.
A dude homie. Oh, okay.
And
okay, Robin.
And my friend that was taking care of us there at the restaurant, I thought it'd be funny to send us out an anniversary dessert.
Robin,
with a full-on sparkler on the top. You're not going to be judged
here. This is a safe space. It's okay, brother. Okay. We still love you, man. Good-looking guy. Yeah. Anyways, before we start, I want to give a big shout-out to MK, who yesterday, after the live show, joined the Hodler Club. So, MK, if you're watching right now, thank you for your support. Welcome to the Hodler Club. We appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Who is our next whale member as well? That's what I want to know. Right,
Ashley, what? Is there a name? By the way, we got Gravy Train running the boards today. What's up, Gravy?
I'm here. Hello.
So, who would you like to see become a whale member in the chat?
Oh my goodness.
And I'm putting you on the spot here.
I got so many options. I don't know.
Do,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, we got Jimmy's a whale.
Redman, Billy, Broke Yoshi. They're all whales, but Simon's a whale.
Yeah.
Dang it. Then I don't even know who I need.
Hendy's a hodler.
Yeah. Well, we'll think about it. We'll get back.
Yeah. We'll get back.
I'll get back.
Reporting live from the production desk. So yesterday, Robin, $10 billion. We just keep breaking records.
Is that the volume?
Volume.
I didn't look at the volume today.
$10 billion of volume.
The previous was 7?
7.
Yeesh.
Bro, this thing has legs. And it is not stopping. I mean, look at the inflows from yesterday, guys. Record day for BlackRock. Over $750 million. Not volume, but inflows. So yesterday, if they settle on a day-by-day basis, BlackRock had to go out and buy.
Did you say day-by-day basis?
BlackRock had to go out and buy $788 million worth of Bitcoin. Just BlackRock. There's 9 other ETFs. What are those 9 other ETFs doing?
How much Bitcoin did they have to go buy?
$788 million worth.
$778 million.
788.
788?
Yeah. At, let's say, 62,000 because it had that big dip.
I'm using my calculator here. 788 million?
Correct.
Jesus. What was the price of Bitcoin?
Let's call it 62K.
62,000. That was 12,709 Bitcoin.
Robin, remind me, how many Bitcoin is mined per day?
900
Wow.
Bitcoin is mined.
Oh, but wait, there's more. Fidelity, 125 million in inflows. And then we had a not a record day, but a big day for ARK as they brought in another 63 million. And we had Grayscale, another triple digit million day. 332 million outflows.
Where do you just find 12,709 Bitcoin?
Well, we know one person. I mentioned Robin, one of our community members, has put this in the comment section on Twitter. So this was interesting, Robin. Jimmy Zhang, who had been part of the network since 2009, has been mining Bitcoin since 2009, was released from prison yesterday. And it was due to the whole Silk Road thing. Now, the wallet that dumped the Bitcoin was a wallet from 2010. Could it be Jimmy? Could BlackRock be caught? And, this is probably what happens. BlackRock and Fidelity, of course, I don't know if they have a direct line to the miners, but obviously they probably go to Coinbase first. They go to OTC desks at the CME and wherever else they have the OTC desks. They go to the market makers. And then they probably, because, they don't want to have a big impact on the price, right? For now. And so they probably go to other people who have a lot of Bitcoin and say, look, we'll buy your Bitcoin. We'll pay you a premium. Let's do it off the books. But at some point, people are going to say, no, OTC desks are going to be dry. And miners aren't going to be selling as much Bitcoin as the price starts to rally. What does that mean? That means dip it into the order books. And what does dip it into the order books mean? You're about to find out. And then, Rob, I did mention a state, right? The Arizona Senate is considering adding Bitcoin ETFs to its state retirement portfolios. It's pretty cool, man.
Oh, it started. It has started.
The best performing asset of the last 10, 15 years. People are getting hands on it. Also, BlackRock, Robin, not only do they have their own ETF, but they're going to be buying their own ETF. And they filed with the SEC to include Bitcoin ETF exposure for their in-house investment fund. BlackRock is planning on including spot market Bitcoin ETF exposure in its proposed in-house investment fund. They submitted a prospectus to the SEC related to its proposed strategic income opportunities portfolio, a fund that will invest in high-yield securities, international securities, emerging market debt, and mortgages.
So they're about to put their own money
into the ETF.
Remind the viewers here how much money BlackRock has.
I will put it to you this way, okay? When 2008 happened and the banks were going under and the hedge funds were going under, the government picked up the phone and they called a man named Larry Fink, who is, of course, the CEO of BlackRock, and said, Larry, can you help us out with these bailouts? The U.S. government called BlackRock $10 trillion in assets under management, the largest asset manager in the entire world.
$10 trillion. Bitcoin is 1.3 trillion. Just put that in perspective.
It's one of those things where, my brain is wired to always land back on what's the worst case scenario? I like to be prepared for any situation. I know that's not possible, but my brain tries. It keeps chugging along. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, okay, my hopium is up here. Everything I'm reading, researching, talking about, doing, my God, like Bitcoin is like, it's not sustainable. The price at 65,000 is not sustainable. The price at 80,000 is not sustainable. So, of course, my brain goes into overwork mode and tries to figure out, what's the negative? What could potentially bad happen? And I just, outside of like the network going down, or I don't even know. Man. What are your thoughts, Robin, on a record-breaking ETF day yesterday? What are your thoughts on the Arizona Senate adding the ETF? And what are your thoughts on BlackRock also putting their money into the ETF?
I think you're going to start seeing a lot more retirement funds and 401ks having exposure to Bitcoin. There's already a diverse portfolio for these retirement accounts anyways. They're not all hedged into one asset class or any like particular area in the stock market. And so if you're trying to hedge against everything, and you want an asset that's essentially not correlated to printing, now the price might move up and down with certain geopolitical events and with fiscal policies moving around and changing, especially when you have a new incumbent president, and when you have a president or an incumbent getting reelected, or say someone else coming in, the price might move in the short term. But at the end of the day, Bitcoin's not correlated to the stock market if you zoom out far enough. And it's also not correlated to commodities because it's still such a new asset class and it's got a finite supply. And it's just the perfect piece of the puzzle for a diverse portfolio. I'm not even saying that investment retirement accounts need to be like all in 100%, 50%, 20%. No, just that nice little 2 to 5% of a portfolio. You can even say 1%. That's going to be a massive surge of liquidity into the Bitcoin markets. It's an untapped resource that Bitcoin has not got to yet. And so you think this ETF thing is big, wait till, I mean, how many Americans, just as an example,
Huge.
have a retirement account?
A lot.
Yeah. I would say of the people of 40 years old, people that are over 40 years old, it's got to be more than half, right? Have some kind of retirement account. Let's see.
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll let you take it from here, but I'll take a look. See what is the percentage of? I'll get back to you on this.
Just put in what percentage of the adult population has a retirement portfolio. Now, Elon Musk is just a troll master here. So OpenAI and Elon Musk, Elon Musk is suing them, right? And so this dude is just trolling Sam Altman, saying, "Change your name to Closed AI, and I will drop the lawsuit." That's so funny to me, dude. I'll drop a multi-million or billion-dollar lawsuit. Just, I guess, a joke. Change your name to Closed AI. Man. You know, Robin, that ain't a meme coin, my dude. That is New York State Bank, New York Community Bank.
Bro, I saw that this morning, man. Are they done? Are they toast?
I think so. Got to remember, the Fed's discount window is closing. It's already closed, or it's closing this month?
It closed already.
It closed already? The Fed's not going to have any choice, guys, but to print money and bail these banks.
Well, the thing is that window that program they had was basically to borrow on bonds that they already had.
They were fronting you the money.
Yeah, they were fronting you money, but it wasn't a bailout, right?
Correct.
It was just like, hey, here's a 0% interest loan. I think that.
Yeah. So the way it works is, hey, instead of you waiting another 2 years to cash it out, I'll give you face value. I'll hold on to it and I'll cash it out in 2 years. We're good.
Yeah.
That's what
and here's a new loan. Yes. So that way you're not underwater.
And still.
But yeah, that program expired. Now there was rumors that what will happen when this program expires. Is there going to be sell-offs because there's no backstop for the banks? Now, you could sit here, like, are you think the Fed will come in and bail out this particular bank? Because they didn't do that for the last three.
Robin, I think they would. Okay, if you look at a chart.
I think they're going to, in my opinion, I think they're going to secure all depositors and all customers at the bank. But if you just look at history, Silicon Valley, what was the California one? First Republic,
Silvergate,
First Republic, and Silicon Valley. They didn't bail the banks out. They just insured the customers and accounts, and they let the bank go under. And so,
I think what's more likely here, Robin, is so if you look at a trajectory graph of banks, it is down and to the right. Right? The amount of banks has been shrinking for the last 20 years, meaning there's a consolidation leading up to maybe we're going to have 10 just mega banks. So what I think is more likely is you're more likely to have either let the free market, the capital market play out. One of these other banks come in and give it a rescue package, or maybe even buy the bank or buy the assets or liabilities on the balance sheet. But I don't think the
They're-
Fed would step in for New York community.
No,
I
they're
don't
not.
think so.
And so it's going to be the same as Silicon Valley. What'll happen is they'll insure all of the depositors, all the accounts, and then a bigger bank will come and buy them up, just like you said.
Yeah.
And then I did a little research there. It's 34.6% of individuals between the age of 15 and 64. So basically,
That's pretty low. I
that
thought it was gonna be higher.
no, that's 34% people at 15 years old.
Oh, 15 years old.
15 to 64.
Oh,
So
pretty much all
over
of
a third of the population, basically, unless you're under 15 years old, a third of the population has some form of retirement account. For individuals from the Generation X, so between 40 and 55 years old, 56% of
Yeah.
them have retirement
What about the
accounts.
boomers?
So over half. And then it doesn't, I'm not seeing
60 plus?
so 24 to 39 has 49.5. So
Oh, wow.
basically, if you're over 24 years old, under 40, half of those individuals are already saving for retirement. So basically, one of the largest capital markets globally is a retirement accounts here in the United States, and they now have the ability to get exposure to Bitcoin, to get a position, even if it's something as small as 1% to 2%. It is still billions of dollars, if not trillions, if you go up above, say, 2%. So
Just want to share this meme here. Banks. Bitcoin is volatile. Also banks. Down 42%. Oh, man. And then we had Jim Cramer. Damn it, Jim. This is why we went down, didn't we? This man literally caused a $10,000 candle. Hi, my name is Pip, and I bought Bitcoin today at the top. Thanks, guy. Thanks. Is there a Pip meme coin, Robin?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Bro,
if there is.
no. This is seriously, bro. Seriously. We have to look. If there is a Pip meme coin and it doesn't have 22 hours ago on Solana, $3 million market cap.
Is that
Let's see if it's a rug. Hold on. Let's see if it's a rug. Guys, we might be making some money on the show here.
is there a picture on there? Is it you? They would do the
I
picture
know,
of the dog,
but-
right? Like wrapped up in a blanket. The dog looked like a babushka. Pull it
It
up.
did. Well, the dog with hat, right?
Let me see. I'll tell you, that's a perfect meme coin there. Scroll down. Dog with a babushka hat. It's Jim Cramer's dog. And everyone's dog is apparently.
Let's do the rug check here real quick.
Dude, you are exposing our.
Robin.
Oh, it is. Look at the picture. That's the one.
94% of the LP is locked.
You gonna pick some up? Ladies and gentlemen, this is
Bro.
about as risk on as it gets.
3 million market cap. Dude.
100% chance of.
Let's look at these buys. Look at the. They're pretty low. And then $1,400.
Hmm.
Dude. My God.
You want to play in the degenerate landscape? We are here.
Watch
for
Sin
it.
City Crypto.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm being serious, man. Of course, like Rob mentioned, extremely risky here. But it's got less than 1 million total supply. That might be a negative though, right? People see a $50 meme coin, they're probably not going to buy it, right?
I don't know.
It's
The Trump meme coin has got a lower supply than typical.
Yeah.
That one's doing pretty
that's
well.
true. But this is less than 1 million, bro.
Hmm.
The Trump one is at 46.5. Anyways, guys, you know the markets are pretty irrational. And I would not be surprised to see this thing run up to, $30-40 million. Trillion. $1 million.
And then I do want to give a shout out to those of you that are new. We got Shift 88, Jason
Shift.
F, Steve Hoosier, Mick Crypto, Doc Jed, and Carlindo. So to all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. Also, do us a favor, smash the like button. We got 136 likes, 400 people. That means we're about a little over 20% like ratio. Not good enough.
It ain't good enough. You know, Robin,
What's up?
I said Jim Cramer tanked the market. I said it was that Jimmy Zong guy, but actually, it was Sam Bankman-Fried. It was his birthday yesterday. Same day, Bitcoin hit all-time highs, stuck in prison, probably got his hands on the laptop. I don't know, man. You think he dumped the markets or what? You want to wish Sam Bankman-Fried a happy birthday, Robin?
We should.
We hope you enjoy your cake
Yeah. How about one of these cakes?
in Yale.
Can we send him one of these cakes?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me spend $500 on a cake to send to a scammer. Now,
We could put a little nail file in there so he can like break out of prison.
Crypto Hand said, I just bought some pip. You damn degenerates, you. I have this, Rob, from CNBC. Oh, man, this was kind of funny. Let's watch.
Welcome back. Take a look at Bitcoin. There it is, over 67,000. We're approaching all-time highs, Mr. Weiss.
Yep.
It's another 7% today.
Yeah.
What's behind this other than
Pure momentum.
momentum?
There's still no use
Risk
case.
on.
Well, there are a few things. Momentum. Kramer came out today and said he thinks it's because people trust fiat currencies less because of everybody's upside down is in debt to GDP. I don't really think that's the case. I just don't think they're that big deeper. Sure, there's a small element that believes that all economies, all sovereigns are going to hell, so they're going to hide Bitcoin. That's not it. It's purely the marketing power right now of BlackRock, of Fidelity, and more to come. But to show you how ridiculous it is, Bitcoin isn't even the top foreign currency. I think Bite the Dog, or whatever the hell that currency's name, is up 400%. I mean, it's just...
So it's like a perfect storm for
Crypto.
this particular asset class right now between the approval of...
I'm sorry, but I love watching these pundits be just so confused with the crypto markets and the prices.
The thing is that
It's just so funny.
what the
They
thing
just
is
don't get it.
okay.
Like-
Well, the promise of Bitcoin initially, especially with the white paper, was a peer-to-peer network where you could move value, right? And so that it's an alternative to cash was kind of the original idea, right? Now I do think Satoshi envisioned a wider use case or wider utility, store value perhaps in some sort, or at least a protection against the government's monetary policy. But it was touted as an alternative to cash, right? It was a means of a form of payment, medium of exchange, store value, which is the definition of a currency. And it doesn't necessarily have all the properties of a currency because it's not widely adopted, right? And so it doesn't meet the medium of exchange because not everyone takes it, right? You can't walk into 7-Eleven with a USB stick and pay with Bitcoin. Now, there are some third-party alternatives that will let you use the Visa network, for example, and pay with Bitcoin. There's a couple examples. But either way, it's not really a useful medium of exchange. But that's what people get caught up on. They're just like, well, it's not even the best foreign currency. Like, what are you talking about, foreign currency?
Because I think it's in the name, Robin, cryptocurrency. So
Yeah,
like,
but
the currency.
But the thing is it's I don't know.
It's a medium of exchange, store of value.
It's not, but the problem is it has a hard time checking the medium of exchange because it's not taken by most merchants in the United States or globally. And so for that reason, people can easily say, well, you can't buy a cup of coffee with it, right? And that's always kind of like the weird thing. But if people zoom the hell out and realize that, well, sure, if all of the monetary structure just falls apart, right? The fiscal system falls apart, governments collapse, then at that point, sure, Bitcoin can step in. As long as you have an internet connection, you can send value, you can send money, you can pay for stuff, right? But outside of that archaic society, there's no real need, especially in countries that are established, to pay in Bitcoin, right? If I get my check in dollars and I'm paid in dollars and I go to the store and I buy my milk in dollars, there's really no need for me to go through the steps of converting over to Bitcoin to pay for my goods in Bitcoin when I can just simply do it in dollars, especially if it's priced in dollars anyways. I'm not going to go to the grocery store and find a gallon of milk priced at 0.0003.
Not yet, Robin.
Bitcoin.
Not yet. I'm kidding.
And maybe it gets there, but it's going to be a while. if it does, I mean, I would say at least 10 years before things are priced in Bitcoin, if we even get there. I don't even know. I don't know if we ever will.
I don't know.
But here's the thing, is that stop, the blinders are on, man. The blinders are on, and people that are uneducated with Bitcoin are just like, it's really not a currency. I don't understand. It doesn't do anything. And you know what? It's a commodity, bro.
Get it.
It's a store of value.
They don't
That's it.
understand.
Yeah, bro.
We teach them. Hey, guy on the TV, I don't know what your name was. Watch our show. I'll explain to you exactly what Bitcoin's use case is. Now, I want to go back to this. This is very interesting. It gets better.
The ETFs
Right.
and the biggest names in the asset management business getting into it with some speculative fervor in parts of the market,
Right.
biotech maybe here too, and overall risk on.
Complete perfect storm.
Yep.
But I think you have to look at the two products that investors really focus on. Number one, obviously Bitcoin, which has been traditionalized with the advent of the ETFs. Here's the interesting one, and here's the thought. You have Bitcoin up 58%.
Right.
You have Ethereum up 57%. Ethereum doesn't have the ETF yet. So you have a lot of people who are going to own Ethereum on the belief that an ETF is coming. Is Ethereum riding the back of Bitcoin, or is Ethereum rallying on the belief that the ETF's coming? Because if it's rallying on the back of Bitcoin, then there's so much more alpha that can be generated in owning Ethereum.
Robin, did you give this guy a call here?
Bro,
Did you take him to lunch?
look at this. Bitcoin, $3,800.
That's Ethereum.
What was that thing? I
You
did
said
it.
Bitcoin.
Okay, excuse me. Ethereum, $3,800, closing in on 4,000. This is the 1 week chart. 1 week ago today, we were at $3,200. We have skyrocketed past 3,500. Look at the 1 month chart. I have been beating this Ethereum drum for quite some time. Yes, you can sit here and look at the Bitcoin chart on the 1 month. It's also very attractive as well. We're not sitting here saying that this is some movement that we haven't seen from any other cryptocurrency. Yes, look at Bitcoin, 42,000 here a month ago today, 67 today. Going back to Ethereum, you can see that it also has performed pretty well, but it has outperformed Bitcoin in the last month, right? Remember after when we were talking about what is going to outperform what, David, we've had quite some arguments here. And in the last 30 days, Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin, not by a large margin, but it's getting there.
So Rob, look, I've had this trend line drawn on here for a very long time, right? This is ETH against Bitcoin, right? It was in a massive downtrend on the daily since September of 2022, right? We blew right by it. You see, and then we made perfect support on top, and it's bouncing off it again.
Bro, I think this is. I know I've been saying it. But it is about to take off, man. If you forget what Ethereum did during the 2021 run, Bitcoin moved from 10,000 to 30. And then it pulled back to 25,000 and hung out there. And that is when Ethereum absolutely exploded. Now, here's a historical chart. You can see this is what I'm talking about. Bitcoin moved over here, right here around this line. This is the price of ETH Bitcoin pair, so it doesn't have the price of Bitcoin. But right around here is where ETH exploded, right? And had a bigger sell-off here on the end. You can see that Ethereum has had a bigger sell-off after the bull market, but watch out, man. Watch out, because, take a look at the 1 month or take a look at the 7 day. You can see that Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin in the last few days here as well. So see there at the very end of the chart. I think it's gonna catapult, man. And here's my thing, and I've said it before. Might not be the biggest fan of Ethereum, but that whole ecosystem is gonna rip. What did we see when Solana moved from essentially $25, $30, $40 to $120. During that run up, yes, it would have been nice to hold Solana, but you know what? That whole ecosystem, all of their layer 2 rollups and their
Look at Bonk.
all
Bonk literally drove the price of Solana up.
And so I would be keeping a close eye on Ethereum, not to mention ETF approval deadline, final one coming up in May. And then 1 week from today is the Dane Coon upgrade.
Oh, and also, Rob, don't forget.
Wow.
Almost 20,000 ETH, worth around $74 million, was just burnt. So ETH has a deflationary mechanism. If the transactions and the trading volume essentially goes up, more ETH is burned. So, in a bear market, when those are low, of course, you have inflation outpacing the burns. But in a bull market, it's kind of like the whole Bitcoin narrative and situation, right? Everything going on, you're like, damn, this thing's got to go up. Same thing with ETH. Just doesn't have the ETF yet. I was looking at open interest across the board. This is on ETH open interest. Everything is in the green. Open interest on Ethereum is up 10% on the CME, which is where the traditional folks typically buy, sell, and trade. Binance is up 3%, 2.6% on Bybit, 5.5% on BitGet versus Bitcoin. You have a lot more red here, right? CME up 6%. You take a look at something like Solana. Solana's down pretty big on open interest, down 20% over the last 24 hours on OKX. And then on the, I don't think this one has a CME on here. It doesn't. But Binance down 9%. So overall down 9%. So a lot of eyes on ETH, a lot of eyes on BTC. With that being said, I'm going to send it over to Rob. We're going to take a look at the markets. Robin.
All right. So let's get back into the broader markets here. Of course, Bitcoin still hanging around the 67 mark. Big rally from yesterday. I know yesterday we were as low as 60,000. And you can see here since 8 o'clock last night, moved from 63 back up to 67. So $3,000 move. We are up 8% on the 24 hours. So pretty juicy. And then, as we mentioned, you zoom out a little bit, you can see that we did have a little bit of a dip, but up and to the right is the trend. Now, taking a look, you do have Ethereum, as we mentioned, nearing into the $4,000 range. Ethereum is up 11% on the 24 hours. 17% on the day. And so that's something to keep an eye out on. We also have Dog with Hat, also up 50%, 180 on the week. And then Fetch.ai coming in at up 37%, 83.9. And so Fetch.ai is
you've been beating the drum on ETH. I think like going back like almost a year when Fetch was at 50, 60, 70 cents. Man, I was telling y'all, Fetch is sick, bruh. We did a video on Fetch.
20 cents.
It's gonna come out later.
This was 20 cents
5 months ago.
In October.
5 months ago.
And now it is over 10x from that point. And my Lord. Now, yeah, we have a video on Fetch coming up after the show today. So if you're a member, you'll get to check that out right away, and then it'll go live around 2-3 o'clock. Now, taking a look at some of the other tokens that have pulled back, not too much in the red, but Caspa, Ordi, and EOS all down around 2%. So not too much red, but I mean, just look at the 24 hours.
How much is near up, by the way?
Look at the 24, man. 24 hours. Look at the green. Every 52%,
a lot of AI tokens there, obviously.
Render up 37%. Arweave up 36%. Singularity Net up 32%. Near Protocol up 30%. And so, you have some scaling solutions here.
A lot of AI in there, dude.
Yeah, a lot of AI, a lot of scaling.
Near's got an AI narrative too.
Yeah.
Render, Fetch, Singularity.
Yeah, render and Fetch, Singularity. Near is Near heavy on the AI narrative?
It's not heavy on the AI narrative, but you got to remember, Near started off as an AI company, so there's trails of AI within that
And there's,
project.
a cache. That's AI as well, right?
A lot of green, man. A lot of green.
I mean,
Hit
look,
10 stores.
even
Another,
Ethereum's up here in the top of leaderboards. Number 2 in market cap. I mean, that's a massive amount of.
That's a big move.
Yeah, it takes a lot to move the number 2 asset up 11.5%. Up 17% on the week. That's crazy for ETH, man. Real crazy. That's all I got.
I'm taking a look at the chart for BTC. So, got a couple things going on here. You guys know I've talked about this matrix oscillator quite a lot. So these are all Lux algo indicators that we're using. The bottom one, the RSI map here, is free. This one and the price action concepts on the chart you see are premium indicators. And we do have our special link pinned to the top of the comment section. But taking a look here, again, does look overextended. We are seeing some bearish divergence, but you can see here, we've gotten rejected off this premium zone essentially twice now, depending on where this candle closes. But you can see here, our fair value gap right around 50, between 57.8 and 59.6 was filled on yesterday's dip. And these are areas that at the time when it's pumping, when we're at $68,000, $69,000, you're like, no way, it's not going to sub 60K. But you just never know, right? Indicators like this are great to use if you want to use these indicators as, hey, buy and sell signals. Definitely don't recommend you do that blindly. Definitely put some more thought into it. Look at some other indicators. But if you would have put in a limit order at the top end of this fair value gap around 60K, you would be up. You'd be up over 10% right now. You would be up over 10% right now. And depending on if you used any leverage, multiply that by the amount of leverage you'd be up as well. We are seeing so we saw a break of structure in the price chart here on the daily. If we zoom out to the weekly here, take a look at what the weekly is showing us on the price action concepts. The weekly gap got filled as well. And again, you can see here just a lot of resistance at this premium zone. But if we do pull back again, look for this gap to get filled yet again. If not, we're probably coming down to that. What is this level? If we see a major crash, right? My worst case scenario would be 42K. Wouldn't hold my breath. Don't think it's probable it's going to get there. But who knows? Anything can happen, right? We got to be prepared for anything. And you can see here, this level, right? This level of around 46.3, we saw a lot of selling happening at this order going at this price level going all the way back to March of 2022. Although we did wick up here as early as January of this year and blew right through that order block level. But again, got stopped out at this premium zone. If you go out to the 4-hour and some easy trade setups here, guys, just scalping trades, just sell when it enters this premium zone and buy the dips, man. Buy the dips. Look, if you would have bought this dip, and let's say you didn't even time it perfectly, you would have bought this dip here at this order block of around 62K, you'd be up 8-9%. And so what are we doing right now on the 4-hour? Again, we're wicking up towards this premium zone, and it looks like we're getting rejected. We could potentially see this gap get filled again, which on the 4-hour, this gap is 64.1 to about 65.9. And so what I'm expecting for BTC is a little bit of chop. But with the ETFs and the amount of volume and
You think the chop is coming?
I mean,
it's got to slow down at some point, right? Now, with that said, it's got to slow down at some point, but is that point now? Because the volume is through the roof, right?
volume's at all-time highs.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
broke an all-time high, yes.
Yeah. And that's not just on the ETFs. The volume the volumes on the ETFs you're referencing, right?
Yes.
And then if you look at the volume here, take a look at this. This is the volume on Bitcoin network, okay? So we're not talking ETF. look at that move in volume here, right? And so I don't have a number to represent this here, but you can see this was the bull market last year, right? So volume 100 and looks like 106, or the top was $300 billion. And then you can look here, $261 billion was the volume.
That volume is going to go a lot higher.
Yeah, yesterday, $261 billion in volume. So, I mean, you could see that the volume is absolutely ripped. So, bro, we're here, man. We're in the thick of the bull market now, man.
Yeah.
Or no, I don't know what to say. I don't want to say thick of the bull market, right? We're kind of still in the beginning phase, right? I would say I'm about 30% confident that we're going to chop sideways and consolidate for a couple weeks.
For a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I would say 2 weeks at most. 30%. 70% on the side that we have not hit final destination yet. I think there is a stronger likelihood that we move up to the $80,000 and $90,000 range within the next 2 weeks. So by, I would say, March 30th, we're at 90K, right? Which would be about 24 days from now. So a little over 3 weeks. I say we touch 90K by the end of the month.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see that happening. Looking at the near chart here, right? So near, again, just had a massive rally. I mean, just a huge daily candle. We did break structure on this chart here to the upside, which is really, really good, obviously. But again, you can see here, just getting rejected off this premium zone. This might be a decent short setup. But with shorts, you want to go down to the lower time. Yeah, see, you want to go to the lower time frames. We might be, if we continue to trend down, maybe we fill this fair value gap here at around $5 and call it 17 cents. But I would expect it to get gobbled up right there, right? If you just measure the move here, we draw the fib. You look at where does that fair value gap coincide with? Well, it coincides with the 382 and the 5 level, which is at $5.11 and $4.90, right? Nothing goes up forever. And you can make money shorting the market on swing trades. Definitely would not recommend doing anything with on a longer time frame. You're in a bull market. You'll make way more money on longs than you will on shorts. Although, people, I always wondered this when I first got into trading. Why do people like shorting so much? Is because the dip happens faster than the rise does, typically, right? We know Bitcoin can have a $5,000 candle to the upside, but we see volatility when it starts to go down, especially in a bull market as the leveraged positions start to get liquidated. You want to look on the lower time frames for short setups as well if you are a swing trader, a full-time trader, and you can't just wait for price to go up to make money. And so if I were to enter a short here on near protocol, I'd be looking at taking profit. Be looking at taking profit right around, let's call it $5.07. It's called $5.18, right? So about 30% or about 20 to 30 cent profit per coin. Multiply that by whatever leverage you're using. Could be a decent trade for you. All right, let's move on. Some big piece of news here, Robin. BRICS will create a payment system based on digital currencies and blockchain.
I saw this, man.
It's a quote from Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov. We believe that creating an independent BRICS payment system is an important goal for the future, which would be based on state-of-the-art tools such as digital technologies and blockchain. The main thing is to make sure it is convenient for governments, common people, and businesses, as well as cost-effective and free of politics. Now, there's no name of what blockchain they might leverage or use, and you can speculate all you want. I'm not going to speculate on what they're going to use, but will this be interconnected with the world of public blockchain? Because you got to figure they probably, they can either leverage a public blockchain, they can use something like Avalanche subnet, create a private subnet, and run everything on there. Which I don't know if Avalanche would be able to handle that.
It sounds like something suited for Polygon, right?
You can also use something like, Quant, software as a service, right?
Dare I say it, XRP?
No. I mean, maybe, but probably not. I'm more curious, is this going to be interoperable with
Just any
public?
any public blockchain. If it would be an in-house, like a CBDC network almost.
It'll be interesting. It's kind of what it is, right? Except
If it's not plugged into a public blockchain, yeah. If it's a in-house developed blockchain or even like even a subnet on its own, I think it's still pretty, it's bound within its own confines. And so at that point, maybe that's the right path. I don't know. I do want to give a shout out to some of the new people. If you're new here, say hello so we can jump an Ola back at you. We got Reed, Feel the Life, Billy Goattails. I guess that's probably Crypto Billy changed his name. Saeed, Sugar, We're Going Down, Junior, Glenn, Skelly, Jason Rogers, and Dali Crypto. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. Dali Crypto said 90,000 by the end of the month. LOL, and he's out of here. He's leaving. Doesn't like to call.
Where'd you go?
It's not that crazy, man. It's a $22,000 move, where you just moved 22,000 in a month, right? So I mean, if you would have told Dali, I'm sure a month ago that hey, we're gonna break all-time highs in a month. I mean, here's the chart. 42,000 1 month ago. 66,000, which is a $24,000 move in 1 month. I mean, I feel like if you would have told somebody that a while ago, they would have called you crazy, right?
Yeah.
What else you got, bro?
Any other thoughts on that BRICS thing? Pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah, I'm just curious. Yeah, I'm curious to see, as you mentioned, is it going to be an in-house blockchain? Like, are they going to create it themselves? I would find it hard to believe that they would just build it from the ground up. I feel like they have enough money to do it if they wanted to, but I feel like it's a little bit more well suited, and simpler if you just use a proven blockchain already, right? And then let's get an Ola train going. So if you're here enjoying the show, the chat's a little quiet. Put OLA in the chat. OLA, and then we'll do an Ola train. Get the chat going.
Robert loves trains. Choo choo. Thomas' train was one of my favorite. Anyways, Fetch.ai's $100 million investment sets stage for GPU rewards program for token holders. The platform will be deploying NVIDIA GPUs for its generating power, providing the means for developers to build more complex models within the Fetch AI ecosystem. So this is going to bolster their ecosystem. Robin, what is your upside narrative for Fetch AI, right? We know it's got the AI narrative. And, I'm curious to get your take on this. I shared my insight on the afternoon video, but I'm curious to get your insight here. If this ecosystem starts to grow, I mean, what's your max potential upside for Fetch AI? Let's talk about, from a market cap level.
I just don't know how much blockchain needs AI. That's my only thing I hang my hat on. But going into this bull market, riding this thing through, because if you were to look at the previous bull market cycles, we're supposed to hit our top in 2025, late 2025, right? Now, I do think I don't think it's going to line up exactly in the same way that we've already.
Some people are saying a super cycle. Right?
Well, here's the thing: we've already crossed or tapped the previous all-time high prior to the halving, first time that's ever happened, and so this cycle is different already, and so I do think that the top will be different as well. I do think that we are in a completely different game and market now, with institutions, retirement accounts, ETFs, BlackRock purchasing the largest, essentially the largest company in the world, buying Bitcoin for themselves. Not a product they're offering for their clients, but just internally saying, "Hey, we're just gonna buy Bitcoin." So with that said, I think the previous models of cycles are broken. Now, whether or not we go into some extended cycle,
Well, it literally has been, Robin, right? We've never hit all-time high before the halving.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the pattern is broken. Now, whether or not we're in some super cycle, an extended cycle, maybe we have a longer bull market that doesn't have the gigantic crash. But I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure how the cycle plays out.
If I throw $100 billion market cap out there, Robin, if they're the #1 AI project in crypto, is that crazy? If the crypto market cap is $6 trillion, is $100 billion crazy to say the leading AI?
I think Fetch is going to be the leading AI play.
Okay, so it was $100 billion market cap.
Yeah, but my thing is that I just don't know how relevant AI is going to be, or I don't know how much AI is actually going to be used. But going into a bull market doesn't matter, right? Because you looked at the last bull market, the metaverse was a massive sector. I mean, Decentraland was in the top 20. I think it got near top 10, Decentraland, which is insane because it wasn't even. It was just a thesis, right? It had a game or had an environment, but nobody was using it. It was still kind of like in beta, it was still kind of being built out. Kind of still looks the same. This is funny years later, but the thing is that it was a promise of. It was basically the promise of a metaverse is what rallied that whole sector. And I feel like this is very similar. So the promise of AI is was pushing AI. Nobody's actually using Fetch AI yet, right? They're not using it right now.
Well, the AI agents,
I know it's there, but it doesn't have the mass adoption. It doesn't have market adoption, right? And the same thing you could have said back in 2021, but like, well, nobody's in the metaverse. Like, well, they have a playable game. You can go in there and use it right now. There's an Adidas store over there. Like, you can say all of that. It's there. It's operable. The same thing you can say about Fetch AI. The tools are there. It's built. It's here. But are people actually using it? No, not yet. And so I just find it as a very similar comparison here. And so, but for me, I know that if I would have got exposure to metaverse early on in the game last bull market, it paid off handsomely, even if it didn't get adopted. And so I think that's where we're at now. It doesn't even matter if AI gets adopted in blockchain. Right now, it's a hot topic. It's a hot sector. It's going to pop off anyways. So I think it's a good play. I think it's a real good play. Now I wouldn't hold it through the bear market because I don't think AI is going to deliver, in my personal opinion. But I think going in, like, you want to pick something up now, hold it till 2025. I think it's a pretty good bet.
You'll make money.
Yeah.
You know, I'm curious to get your thoughts on this. Is Bonk ready for the next leg up after Robinhood lists it? So Robinhood, one of the most, if not the most popular retail-driven trading platform and app, just listed Solana's #1 meme coin, Bonk. And so, Robin, we've seen Bonk absolutely rally. It is taking a dip, but it looks like it's maybe found its footing here on the 4-hour. With the Robinhood listing, would it be a good idea to maybe get some exposure to Bonk?
No.
Okay, why not?
I just don't like getting exposure to meme coins when they're as high as they are. Now, I said the same thing about SHIB the whole way from market cap number 200 up to market cap wherever the hell it ended up last bull market. Top 10, right?
SHIB?
Right now it's in the top 10, right?
That's crazy.
SHIB is up 200%. And, Bonk, where's old Bonk at? Pepe's at number 40. Bonk's at number 50. And it's 2x this week, up 20% in the 24 hours. I mean, it's still got room to run, man. But I mean, how long are these meme coins gonna last? Are they gonna just keep rallying through the whole bull market? Possibly. Me personally, I just can't do it. At least not at that market cap size. I got no problem taking a flyer on a meme coin that's small. I just think for risk versus reward, Right now, I know that these similar tokens that are in the, say, number 20 market cap to number 60 market cap, the meme coins that fall in that category are going to perform pretty well, but so are other picks in that category. You got Caspa at number 36. That's a pretty sexy play. I'd rather have that than a meme coin. Render, I'd rather have that than a meme coin. VeChain, I'd rather have that than a meme coin. Now, maybe in hindsight, like here, just look at these four here, or these three, excuse me. Render, VeChain, and Caspa, Injective. I'd rather have all of these in a meme coin. Now, perhaps you hold one of these, and then you see Pepe outperform them. I think that's a realistic, but I don't know. I just like real world use case and utility over speculative.
But you can make so much money.
I got no problem with meme coins.
You can make so much money.
I want more upside. If I'm going to pick up,
what is more upside than SHIB pumping 300% in 7 days, Robin?
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, you can say that.
Someone says SHIB
I remember last week we were talking about meme coins. You were like, how much is SHIB gonna move? I mean, realistically, how much is Pepe gonna move? You told me that off camera. You were like,
I did?
Yeah. Because we were doing a video on meme coins, and you were just like, you were like, how much are these meme coins gonna move for me realistically?
That was it's called a bait and switch.
Yeah.
But a long trade.
So I mean, sentiment has changed, obviously. You know, you see them have 300% moves. Now you're kind of like looking at them like, how much further are you gonna go? I don't like buying things 300% up, right? I don't.
Usually the smart move, right?
Yeah.
Might miss out on some gains, but quick way to get wrecked. And then I'm gonna go over this too. This is pretty important. Fintech company Revolut integrates with MetaMask for in-app crypto purchases. According to a March 6th announcement, Revolut's clients will be able to use their balance in fiat currency as well as debit and credit cards to purchase new tokens directly into their MetaMask wallet. This is a platform that has over 40 million users.
Yeah, they need some banks in there because I did it the other day. I just needed some quick Ethereum, and I didn't have time to wait for that onboarding that you get from the exchanges where you got to wait. Yeah, so I went ahead and paid the I think it was like it was $8 on 300. So I don't know what percentage that is, but anyway,
3%.
Yeah, so I paid the 3% fee. It was Robinhood. Robinhood has an onboarding cash straight to, or crypto straight to a MetaMask. So 3%, it wasn't bad, but
definitely need more of that, right?
Yeah, I need more options, right? I would like some big banks in there. That'd be nice, right? Revolut, pretty big bank, right?
Yeah.
They're huge in England.
Yeah, they are.
They're huge in England. I'd like to see a U.S.
Those damn
bank.
purple and blue cards.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, I know we were talking about banks not being able to
the SOB 121.
Yeah,
that's being repealed.
That's what I'm saying. And
it's crazy because the banks are the ones that are saying, "Hey, we want to custody crypto, right? We want to be in the game. We want to make some money." They feel like they're missing out.
Now, if that gets so what's the details if that gets pulled, or the bill is already passed, right? Or
it wasn't
the previous
a bill,
law,
it was a
bulletin.
But the Congress is saying that should have been something legislative versus like the accounting bulletins shouldn't change rules and regulations, right? That's the job of Congress, to change regulation and rules. So the banks brought that into the spotlight, and so Congress, of course, being pockets patted by the banks, said, "You know what? I think you're right. You know, a year ago, no one said nothing. We had a few people in Congress, like Tom Emmer and Patrick McHenry, that fought back on the SOB 121, but it wasn't until the banks came out and said, hey, we're being treated unfairly. We want to be able to custody crypto without hurting our business." And then
it's funny now that we're going into a bull market. Yeah, the banks are looking. You know, you have, what was the bank that went under? New York, what was it?
Well, it's not under yet, but New York Community Bank.
Okay, yeah, not under yet, but it is going under. But the New York bank there, I'm pretty sure there's other banks that are in a similar position, right? Or they're like, man, we're having some problems here, man. We need to bring in some more money.
I mean,
I'm sure they're looking over at BlackRock. They're looking at accounts that are trying to transact in crypto and can't
But
for
Robin,
whatever reason.
but Rob, think about it, right? What do you do when you want to buy crypto? You take cash from your bank and you put it on an exchange. And then if you take it off the exchange, right? Once you put it on the exchange, that money is no longer circulating within the banks, right? It's either on the exchange in forms of a cryptocurrency or you self-custody it, which is completely removed from the system. So these banks are already struggling, and now you're removing liquidity. They're not able to lend that money and make money with your money, which is how their business model works. It's how they've made billions of dollars for decades. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Are they going to get what they want? I don't know.
And then what happens when you cash out, right? You cash out, you move money into fiat.
But they don't
And
want to wait 2 years.
on an exchange. But what I'm saying is that, like, say I'm up $10,000 on a insert name of crypto here, and I'm taking profits. I want to take 4,000 off the table. I'm going to move it into stable coins, right? Stable coins is basically cash on an exchange. Now, if you move in a stable coin, quote unquote, from a bank, then you're just moving money into the bank, right? You're moving out of a crypto and you're moving it into cash, which is on the bank, and banks want to have cash on hand. They don't go under because they don't have enough cash to facilitate withdrawals for all their customers. And so the more cash they have, the better. So it makes sense. It makes sense for a bank to offer custodial services and crypto services.
You know, I want to give a shout out to B Frank Crypto, $2 super chat, said, my dudes, let's keep that PMA going. Not sure what PMA is, but thank you, my friend. We appreciate your support.
Poor man analysis.
Oh, is that what it is?
No.
It made sense. Guys, we hope you enjoyed the show today. Come back tomorrow. We're going to have a better show. Also, Fetch AI video comes out later today. Ashley, are you excited to watch the Fetch AI video?
I am so excited.
That's awesome. Did you find someone that you want to call out to become a whale member?
I think I said Scott in the
Scott?
chat.
Scott
Yeah,
Watson?
That one.
Scott, if you're here, you've been summoned to give your money to us. All jokes aside, we appreciate everyone that supports this channel, whether it's by watching, whether it's by contributing, sending texts. I know a few of our community members like Redman are working on getting some guests on our show. And of course, if you financially support us as well, we really, really appreciate it. So thanks to all of you. And a big thank you from Gravy Train.
Also, shout out to Robert Barrett, Lou Papa, and Chris Ergo.
Lou Papa.
Crypto King.
Hola! Yeah.
Welcome.
Hola, adios. Ashley! A little bit of a weak, Tony. A weak
What?
trading day, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, we hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to come back tomorrow. Same place, same time. We love you guys. Have a great day.
Sin City, crypto. Everybody know what we here for. Entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in. For big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I split the game, but they gave it. Name the coin that's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the whale members. Buy a dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming, hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close ya.